Brian, just talk about what you've done the last, since last Monday with the players, getting acclimated, getting used to things, or getting to know people. What's it been like?
Well, we wanted to get better as a football team this week, and so we made sure we went out and worked hard and got the practice in and the reps that we needed this week. But we also wanted to come together as a team. Did a few activities outside of football to allow that to happen. Wanted them to see the coaches having fun as well and competing as well, and we did that with a little kickball tournament on Friday at the end of practice. So just trying to keep it fun and also get better this week.
What other things? What other, like, away from football tournaments, what other types of things besides kickball?
Well, we had a Scout Bowl on Thursday it was, so we let the young guys get a lot of work in at the stadium, and with the veteran guys cheering them on in the student section, so they had some fun doing that. And again, it was just a great opportunity for the young guys to be evaluated and have some fun playing football.
Did you do anything yesterday too? Special team stuff?
We ended practice with a field goal competition. So we let our field goal kickers compete, and those guys did a great job. So we split up the team, offense and defense, and offense took one side and defense took the other side, and we let our kickers compete yesterday.
What have you learned about this team since you've been the head coach?
Just how resilient they are, that they want to do something very special. They're a hungry group of men that want to finish the season with a great story, and they have a lot to prove, and they are on a mission to get that done. So, it's been very exciting to be a part of them.
It's been a while since it's been. I mean, there was great progress last year in Carl's first year. Before that, it's been a while. There was something tangible for success. There's something out there now. How do you keep them, one at a time? It's easy to look ahead because of the records and all that kind of stuff with the teams you're playing. What do you do to make sure they don't do that?
Well, just to continue to focus on the right now moment and tell them we need to win the right now moment. So we just talk about winning the drill, or winning the part of practice that we're in, or winning that day in practice, or going out and winning in the classroom that day. So just keeping them focused on the right now moment is really all we've done with them, and how we've approached it.
When you say you're seeing resiliency out there, can you explain what exactly you're seeing that leads you to believe that they're?
Well, they're staying focused. They're doing what we ask them to do. So when we say let's stay in the moment, I feel like they're doing that. When I ask them to go out and compete, offense versus defense, one another, they're doing that. When we're asking them to play smart, go out without full pads on, and we're going to stay off the ground, and we're going to take care of each other, but yet we're going to play fast. They've gone out and done that. So everything we've asked them to do, they've given great effort, and it's been very positive.
Will we see anything different now that you've had time to be the coach and be the head coach and practices with them? Many changes. Can you do that at this stage in the season from what was going on, from when Carl was here? Will you anything that will be your signature? Anything that you'll change?
Well, we've changed how we practice. We changed the structure of practice. We added some things. We added the Scout Bowl. We've added some competition at the end of practice. We've done some fun things. So, we've added some things into practice. There's still parts of it that are not going to change. There's still parts of the player's routine that's not going to change. But, we made a small change in the walkthrough of Friday before the Tulane game. So we made a change on game day. We had a team walk. We've done some different things. There are some changes in there that I just believe give us the best chance of winning and getting our guys ready. We've brought in as many alumni. We've had alumni speak to the team. So there have been a lot of changes.
Are these changes that were in your mind if you took, did you think of these things as you were watching from afar for a year and a half, or when it happened, did you just say, okay, now it's a reality and this is what I want to do, or how do they come about?
Well, some of them were things that I always knew that I would do, given the opportunity. But the other things too, I knew were just things I thought that our team needed. I just thought we needed to reach out to the alumni right now at this point. To me, it was just things also that I thought our team needed at this moment in time.
For that, you'll I assume too, that means you will be more visible with alumni boosters, et cetera. Are you planning on that? Is that how you feel it's, a head coach needs to be a little bit out there more for?
Well, I think it's, as the head coach, it's your responsibility to keep the alumni connected, to keep the boosters connected, to reach out to the community and get this community excited about Florida Atlantic football.
I know it's hard to answer this question, but was it lacking?
I don't really look. I'm not looking at the past. I'm looking at what we're doing right now, what I think we need right now.
Your secondary has been fantastic all year. What are they doing that's allowing them to have that kind of success?
Well, I think they understand the scheme defensively. We got some good football players back there also. And they're just the scheme is allowing them to play aggressive, and those guys have worked hard. I mean, those guys have improved. Those guys have gotten better. They've been able to do the same thing over and over now for a year and a half defensively back there, and so they're understanding the system and playing fast.
Is it too early to talk specifically about individual players? I know you're just kind of getting to know the defensive side. Do you know what about? Are you familiar with Parms and McKnight?
Yeah, absolutely.
What are they? What them specifically? What's the cornerbacks are saying? The safeties are allowing them to have the success that they're having.
Well, they're just the safeties are reading their keys and understanding the defense again, allowing those guys to jump the underneath routes, and they're staying back. So, I mean, depending on what the call is defensively, it switches up and allows those guys either to go help with the run or stay back and help with the pass. But I just think those guys are playing solid football back there and sound fundamental football, and allowing the corners to play aggressive.
Is Parms kind of the unsung guy? He doesn't talk much. He doesn't seem to get a lot of publicity.
Boy, I thought going against him for a year and a half was really difficult. Thought he really was a tough football player back there, really good football player back there. So, you don't always hear his name. I don't know that he gets all the credit that he deserves, but yes, he's been outstanding for us.
What's the danger of playing? Everybody knows the records of the teams you're going to be playing. What's the danger of playing a team that's got nothing to lose and looks at themselves as, okay, we're not going anywhere, but we can now prevent people. We can be the spoiler. Is there a danger to some of that?
Absolutely. You look at them on film, and you would never think their record is what it is. They're a program that has a lot of tradition. They play better at home. They fly around. They play aggressive. They played Louisiana Tech very well last week. Was really impressed with how hard they came out and played, regardless of record. They came out and played extremely hard, all phases of the game. They're playing hard at the end of the game. And, just 2 years ago, this team was 11-2 and had won a bowl game. And so they concern you.
Is it harder? You were kind of thrown into a situation. You got, the emotion of the week led into that victory against Tulane. Sometimes it's harder once you do it once to repeat it the second time. Have you felt any of that?
No, I thought it would be a difficult week because we didn't have a game at the end of the week, and we had to get their focus, and we had to come down from that adrenaline rush, maybe from the game and that weekend, and get back to work and get back focused and understand the tasks that lie ahead of us. And so I felt like we did that. I was very happy with how our guys came out all week and focused and practiced. The effort they gave us on the field, but also off the field. Our guys did a great job this week in the classroom. We gave them some goals and challenged them this week in the classroom as well, and those guys have done a great job with that as well.
You feel a little freer in what you're able to call now as the offensive coordinator, do you think?
Again, I think you don't have to go through the step of asking in certain situations, so you're able to just make that decision and get it communicated to the offense quicker. But always had freedom really to run, what we wanted to do on offense.
We discussed a couple weeks ago about the slow starts that you guys have gotten off to, and you said eliminate turnovers, and then you had 2 quick turnovers against the Any thought on how to make that go away?
Yeah, we changed practice up all of last week. So we started practice with an up-tempo drill, offense versus defense, right into team, just to help with that scenario that you speak of. We've got to come out and play better football, certainly on the offensive side at the beginning of the games. So we changed up practice for that reason.
How do you think it went?
Oh, that was great. I think both sides of the ball got a lot out of it. I certainly know the offense benefited from it, and we'll continue to do that as we move forward this season.
What do you think you have to stop against Southern Miss?
Obviously, anytime told the defense you got to stop the run, and you got to make them continue to drive the football. You got to make them play another play. We've got to try to eliminate any kind of early momentum from them. And once they get some momentum and they feed off of that, like any college football team does, but they get momentum, they get a good crowd there, the crowd gets into it there. They really have a strong fan base there, regardless of their record. And so, I know we just got to jump out and have a good start. The other thing would be the big play on defense. I mean, they've created a turnover. I believe the stat is every game in the last 2 years they've created a turnover defensively. And so, obviously, we got to hand the ball to the official on offense and not allow them some big momentum plays on that side of the football as well.
Can you talk about personnel in your
Yeah. We've made a change. We moved Coach Luke Meadows to offensive coordinator. He will help, obviously, with our staff and our unit organization. He will still have a lot of the same input like he has had in the run game. I'm still going to call the plays on game day. Our offensive staff has done a tremendous job for the last 2 years on putting a plan together, on assisting with the plays that are called during the game, and so we'll continue in that way like we have. But Coach Meadows will have more duty. He will have more responsibility with the game plan, and we're going to rely on him to help get this offense ready to go.
Why Meadows instead of Sims or Curry?
Coach Meadows has always been a big part of the run game, and I've asked a lot out of him. He works with those guys up front, and really you can do offensively what you do based on what those guys up front can do and the quarterback can do. So I relied so heavily on him really for the last 2 years, with especially the run game and the protections and the things that those guys are so involved in up front.
So he will go on Wednesdays. It will be Coach DeWitt on Tuesdays after practice, Coach Meadows on Wednesday.
Have you nailed down when you want to get Howard out here?
I hope Tuesday. So I hope for tomorrow's practice that Coach Schnellenberger would be able to come out and see us practice and give us a few words of wisdom after at the end of practice.
What can you lean on him for? I know that might take a few hours, but but someone with that experience, with that knowledge, that's done what he's done, how can it help a young? And will you try to tap into that?
Absolutely, it's invaluable. I mean, he's right across campus. He's done so many things in this profession. The founder of football here has just been so instrumental in this football program, and I just think that any any wisdom, any knowledge that I can gain from him on whether it be here at Florida Atlantic or how to coach a football team or how we can do a better job of recruiting the state of Florida. I just think that he is really provides a lot of wisdom in any of those areas. And probably the more I talk to him, he may have some more areas that he wants to provide wisdom.